Welcome to the channel, folks. So today's video is going to be replacing the fob cover on your GM or Corvette C6 style key fob. So this is the original I have. It's falling apart, as you can see. It's cracked, and I have some tape around it. This is for my C6 Corvette Z01, and there is a very cheap alternative without replacing the whole key fob. You don't have to spend 150, 200, whatever these cost, and replace the whole thing. Okay, you can replace just the cover if you don't know. And that's what I'm going to be doing today in this video, and replacing it with this here. This is a replacement from Amazon, so it looks very close to the original. Okay, the only thing it doesn't have is the Corvette logo or the logo for your vehicle, whether it's a Cadillac, GMC, GM, Chevrolet, whatever it is. That's the only difference, and to me, honestly, it doesn't matter. Besides that, it's very high quality. The plastic on it is very nice. Even the supplied key blank, if you want to go ahead and cut your key, have another key blank made, that's also possible. So it comes with that, but this is just a cover. This is not going to be like the internal circuit board and battery and the contacts and all that internal workings that's inside the original. We're just going to swap over the guts into this nice cover here. I will put the link down below the video to the Amazon link for this product here. It's like a $12, $15 part, depending on where you get it. But I will put the link down below to this one right here where I got it. So let's get started with this process of disassembling the factory one and show you exactly what it looks like. It's actually a very simple process. It's not that complicated, even though it looks to be. Let's just take apart this since it's already taken apart. As you can see here, it does not come with a battery, but I just have that in there. I just basically swapped it over before the video, so I still have the battery in it, but it does not come with the battery. It does come with that key blank, okay? So you have to get this cut so you can manually open your trunk to get into the vehicle. This is still good to have, but I will be swapping over my original. The original fits just fine inside the Amazon replacement. So this is still good to have. I'm just gonna put this aside. Now, people have issues, I guess, with these contacts. Now, I've already gone ahead and swapped the guts over, and I know this works. So there are some people that have issues with these contacts, and for some reason they're either too high or too low, and the button doesn't work. The actual key fob does not do what it's supposed to be doing. One good thing to note is that this internal overlay where the buttons are is the same as the GM one, so I'll show you in just a second. So let's start taking apart the original, which is very simple. Just remove my tape that's holding everything together. As you can see, I got random plastic pieces. I got the original key blank, so I'm going to keep that. We're going to use that again. But this is basically all falling apart, okay? So you want to use a guitar pick or some kind of plastic pry tool and kind of separate the two halves. So each side is a half. You're going to want to just kind of separate it, okay? Very simple. Just do a twisting motion and break it open, and it will come apart, okay? Just be very careful. You don't want to break this, or the new one, I should say, any further. So when you do take these apart, just be very careful. Like I said, just use a guitar pick or a plastic trim tool like that, and just kind of like stick it in the end and twist until you kind of like pop open the end, and then slowly use the guitar pick or the pick tool, plastic pick tool, to pry open the rest of it, and it'll come right open. So very simple. Okay, you have the two halves, and then you have the circuit board. That comes right out, and as you can see, this is what it looks like. It's a Siemens VDO circuit board. Give you a close-up just in case people want to check that out. It's got gold contacts. That's where it makes contact when you press the buttons. Some of these are not used on the Corvette, as you can see. there's contacts along the bottom here, those three, that are not used on this. So you might have those being used on your key fob, but if you have a Corvette like mine, C6, CR1, it doesn't seem to have those extra functions, okay? So that's good to know. There's some built-in extra capability in this circuit board. Take a shot at the back once more. Really close up for you guys. I know people like to see things like this sometimes, just really up close, and the internal workings and the internal mechanisms and circuit boards. People are definitely interested. But anyways, that's the circuit board. It's all cleaned up. I would go recommend and kind of take a brush and kind of dust this off, because there will be dust and debris on your circuit board or inside the casing, the old one. So you want to kind of clean that off very carefully, just like very lightly, just kind of brush that off. You have all the battery contacts and the contacts for the buttons. So that's clean. Like I said, this is the old one. I already took the battery out and replaced it into the new one. This one's all busted up, so it's of no good use to me now. It's all junk. Let's take a look at the other half. So this is the original front half, and there's like a black coating on these like little metal pads. It's kind of hard to see what they are, but there's like a black coating, but they are kind of metal on the silicone overlay. Okay, and this is like stuck to the half, to the front side. So it's like super glued. You can't really just like take this out and put it in the new one. It might be possible if you were really careful and kind of got this out of there without damaging it. But since this one works already, I know it does, I'm just going to go ahead and use the new one and the new insert and everything, so I don't have to worry about this. I will keep this for backup as like a parts key fob cover, just in case in the future. So let's put that aside. We don't need that anymore. Let's start to disassemble the rest of it. So this is kind of like pliable, and it will come apart, so be careful. It's not glued down like the factory one, okay? So somewhat different type of metal contacts. They're not black, but they're just like plain metal looking. Just bare metal, no coating. Some people, like I said, have issues with this. For some reason, these buttons don't work. It doesn't make contact enough with the circuit board contacts on here. So don't know what that issue is. I haven't experienced it yet, so I'm very happy for that. So it's very simple as just taking that circuit board, literally, and just placing it in there, okay? Just like that. And if you want to take it out, just as simple as that, it will come out as one whole thing, and that's kind of the internals on it. All right, so let's put this back together. It's very simple. You want to make sure that insert, that silicone insert where the buttons make contact, are kind of laying nice and flat. Insert the circuit board to make sure it's nice and parallel. It's in there inside that pocket. Okay, and then it's as simple as taking your other side, which has the battery. Okay, I've already gone ahead and put the battery in. You have to put the positive down if you don't know. Okay, and this is what it looks like. These fingers are very tough. You're going to have to make sure that contact stays nice and parallel and in place the whole time. It's kind of tricky compared to the original, which is much easier to insert. This one was not as easy to insert for sure. I had to make sure I had to use a pick to press down these contacts and make sure both of those little tabs or fingers are touching the casing, the outer casing, the outer rim of that battery. So that's what it looks like when it's complete. Okay, so you have an idea that you want to make sure it sits nice and flush in there and nice and evenly seated. So now it's time to basically just join these two halves together. Now you have a button here for, if you can see that, there's a button here to release your key, okay? So let's make sure that works. Okay, that works. You see how that has a little bit of motion right there? So that's working. Just wanted to make sure. Now you're going to go ahead and basically just, as simple as it was for the other one, it's going to come back together now the same way, okay? Line it up. Make sure you're lined up first before you go ahead and start snapping it together, because this is going to be it, okay? This new one has a much tighter fit than the old one, so I'm going to try it right now and see if it works. All right, so you should have heard a honk. Yep, it's working. I can hear it. It honked. All right, great. So we know our transmitter is working. The key fob is in fully functional order. And the last thing to do is insert our manual key. And that snaps in nice and tight. Okay, excellent. Very happy with the outcome of this. Very tight. It's not going to come loose or anything. You have to press this button here, okay, in order to release the manual key. And then it snaps right in place. Very nice. So it functions just like the GM original one, and it works, okay? You just don't have that little logo on the back side of this thing, which I can get over. It's not a big deal to me. It looks like a factory GM one. It's just missing that logo, that's all. So very happy with this. I'll put the link to this specific key cover, fob cover in the description down below the video. And please check out more of my Corvette content and my other channel content if you'd like. But if you have any questions or comments, please place them down below the video. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.